Back here to another edition of LMC-tv Varsity Sports. My name is Sam Lund.
And I'm Ken Reichman.
And it is great to be back here at Mamaroneck High School for a tilt today between the Mamaroneck Tigers and the White Plains Tigers. Now, Ken, White Plains coming off of the season 6-1, Mamaroneck 5-2-1. Both very strong teams to start the season. What do you see happening in this game today?
Well, it's about between, Goliath and Goliath. And that's always a pleasure to watch. And happy holidays to everybody watching out there. Thanks for coming in and joining us today. So these two teams going head-to-head for the first time this season, both of whom can put up points, can definitely get the puck to the net. And it'll be a matchup of the goaltending. Who's going to be able to stand on their head and provide their team with a solid backstop.
And Mamaroneck coming off of another good season last season. Really off to a strong start so far. A lot of young talent now becoming upperclassmen. How do you see that impacting the game today?
Well, it's definitely important to build in a winning environment. And when you can come up and, be a younger talent on a team that's winning hockey games, it's better than, riding the bench on a team that's losing hockey games. And that's, obvious all the way around. But in any event, this Mamaroneck team, a younger team, definitely speedy, big, physical, going to get to the dirty areas, put a lot of shots on net and see what happens.
Mike Schiaparelli always coaches those winners. He's going to get out there today. We'll see you on the ice in just a few. Down at the ice, about ready to get going here. Goalies for today's game. In net for the Mamaroneck Tigers, it's Tommy Spiro, number 35. And in net for White Plains, it is the senior Chris Tagarone. And a puck, we start the game down in the White Plains zone. Mamaroneck with it back to the point, but it's actually taken by White Plains. That's Brendan McDonough. McDonough, his pocket is picked. Chance in the high slot, but it's taken and covered up by Spiro. 14:36 to play in the first.
Great job on the back check by the Tigers, the Mamaroneck Tigers. There's a lot of Tigers out there right now, but the Mamaroneck Tigers, great job on the back check there. Force him to the outside, an easy first save for Spiro.
The Mamaroneck Tigers 5-2-1 on the year. White Plains 6-1. Ryan LeBlanc sends it behind the net. Mamaroneck breaks it out of the zone. This is Will Kirk with it. Kirk, nice drop pass, shot just wide that time by Matt DeSico. Back to the point in LeBlanc. LeBlanc tries, saved by Tagarone. Back to the point again, but LeBlanc can't hold on.
Good job by Mamaroneck in the offensive zone, spreading out the White Plains defense early on.
LeBlanc, a shot and a glove save that time by Tagarone. The Mamaroneck Tigers getting some quick shots right out of the gate.
Stagarone's done a good job positionally so far for White Plains. He's not somebody you're going to beat with long shots with nobody in front. So LeBlanc with that earlier shot that got through, keep bringing the traffic for Mamaroneck and they'll find a way.
Face off one forward by White Plains, taking up it's Miles Tillman, and Tillman's just going to dump and chase. And some jostling behind the net.
Looked like
it's into that near corner.
Looked like Levine went for a big hit, kind of came up empty there.
Ewald passes it up out of the zone. This is Chris Conley, and Conley sends it in. Daniel Palmer, the junior, fighting forward in the corner. And Ewald gets it back to the point. That's Shapiro. Ewald with it behind the net. Both jostling for possession in front. Deflected wide. Shapiro, the try is wide.
It's a good idea there by Shapiro. Keep that shot low. Hopefully it hits a body or a stick. Finds its way behind the big netminder.
White Plains, breakout pass is long, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing.
So far, some really good work by Mamaroneck in the offensive zone. Dumping and chasing, getting the body, some puck presence early on. Getting the shots towards the net. Haven't really hit the net that often, but getting them towards the goaltender, making them move around on the ground a little bit, trying to hit some bodies with it.
That's also important on Chris Stangarone, a starter since 8th grade.
Yeah, that's just incredible when you think about it.
Just a fantastic goaltender in Section 1. So White Plains breaks it out of the zone. Lost the handle on it that time. Into the corner for White Plains, it's Hauser.
No relation to Doogie, I assume.
Garrick Hauser fighting for it. Mamaroneck trying to work it out. Back in, bouncing puck. And it is squeezed and held on by Spiro.
Able to follow that jumping bean as it came in on net. Spiro in good position to hang on.
That puck was bouncing towards the 5-hole of Spiro, but able to make the relatively easy save. One back that time by Mamaroneck. That was Will Kirk.
And so far, both teams playing pretty sound defensively, not allowing anything to open up in the middle. But speaking of the devil,
pass. As McDonough's shot, kick saved by Spiro. Very dangerous pass by the Tigers, though. Mamaroneck, that is.
That'll teach me a lesson. Let's talk about sound defensive play.
Always get you. LeBlanc with it. Looking for DeSico, is deflected into the zone. Chasing it is Broderick, and Liam Broderick sends it around the boards. Mamaroneck trying to keep it down low. Now at the feet that time, the defenseman Jake Levine and into the zone. Up to Will Kirk, nice stretch pass and a good deke move. But he's got on the change, looking for Jimmy McMillan. McMillan's pass in front, easy deflection, shot just wide that time. That was Ben Shapiro on the try as the puck rolls all the way into the neutral zone. Mamaroneck will get a dump and change.
And you called it just perfectly there, Sam. A beautiful stretch pass.
As this one in front, a couple of chances by McMillan, can't get anything going back in front. Still loose around that neutral zone area. Jack Knowles whiffs a shot.
Great effort there to keep that play alive. Get right back to work from Mamaroneck. Stickless defender.
Yeah, no stick, but still manages to win that battle. That's a great job in the corner by the White Plains defenseman. As Palmer tries to keep it in. Palmer with it, nice deke, and he just missed the puck, or else he would have had a shot on net.
Capello threw the body on Palmer right there, knocked him off the puck. Beautiful physical play by the White Plains defenseman.
That was White Plains trying to work back to the point. It's deflected wide into the corner. Chris Conley goes in to get it. Conley back to Ewald as Coach Chaparelli calls for a change.
Another great offensive possession here for Mamaroneck, working the boards.
Levine keeps it in. Good job by him. Shot in front. Still loose, and he finishes on the rebound. Alex Ewald, the alternate captain.
And we've talked about it all game early on, Sam. Getting those shots to the net, forcing Stangarone to make the first save, jumping on the rebound, burying it on the loose chance, and the body's in front. There's no chance for Stangarone there. He's able to make the initial save, but Ewald pops in on the rebound and buries it 1-0 Mamaroneck.
Great positioning on that play by the Mamaroneck Tigers. Alex Ewald was in the right place at the right time, and he picks up, as we call it, a garbage goal.
Yeah, and I think Mamaroneck was in the offensive zone there for about 2.5 minutes. And White Plains, with some soft plays coming out of their own end, unable to clear, allowing for that extended possession from Mamaroneck.
Well, White Plains now try to pick up their physical presence out there behind the net. With it right now is Matt DeSico, the sophomore. He has seen a lot of minutes with this Mamaroneck team, starting from his freshman season last year.
And again, you can see that the soft puck plays by White Plains, unable to get the puck past the blue line, and is leading to what looks like about 4 minutes straight in the offensive zone from Mamaroneck.
Well, now an opportunity for White Plains. Good job by Captain Ryan LeBlanc to take it, and the no-look pass finds Will Kirk. Kirk, a lot of bodies, but Jason Beanstalk's going to end up with it. Beanstalk is just going to take the shot on net right into the chest of Stangarone, and he gloves it, gets a whistle.
Stangarone catches a little snow shower after that one.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Net, yeah. Never fun when you're a netminder.
Yeah, just making sure he's still awake, I guess.
I'm pretty sure he is. But now he's definitely awake as he catches the ice water to the face.
Just poked towards the center of the net. This is Jimmy McMillan. Back to Shapiro, bounced it off. Shapiro's going to keep it into that zone. Good play with his skates.
More good work here by the Mamaroneck offense. using their physical play, keeping the puck down low until they find a shot coming from the blue line with bodies in front.
Well, more struggle for possession. Just tries to chip this one, but Shapiro's going to keep it down low, and that was a weak clearance attempt by White Plains. Tough hop, and it's going to go right to White Plains as they try and break out. Matt Vaughn with his skate tries to keep it alive. White Plains still with it and sent back to the point in the neutral zone.
It looked like he actually stepped on the puck there, which forced it to go awry.
That's Conroy who sent it deep. Tough bouncing puck. DeSico's going to hold on to it. That's the second little dribbler he's stopped today.
Yeah, Spiro's been handling those bouncing pucks. It looks like that side of the ice is going to be a little problematic for the netminder over there, as the ice seems to be a little bit choppy. And remember, they don't come out in Zamboni in between periods.
Right.
So it's only going to get worse from here.
They do?
They do. Oh, they do Zamboni. I didn't know. They never Zamboni in my high school. Must be nice.
Well, 4 shots on net for White Plains so far at this point. To Mamaroneck 7. As the Tigers, the Mamaroneck Tigers, going to take a little getting used to. Take it out of the neutral zone.
So many Tigers. And White Plains, you're seeing more of a physical game from White Plains. Meanwhile, you're seeing a very poised game from Mamaroneck.
Ryan LeBlanc's pass stretched all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing. So with 8:15 remaining in this first period, Mamaroneck clinging on to a 1-0 lead. White Plains will get a face-off down in their zone, hoping to get some offensive momentum going.
Yeah, White Plains, you haven't seen much offensively from White Plains thus far. Just those few dribblers that got through, but so far so good for Mamaroneck.
One forward rebound, puts it in.
I think he hit the pipe.
It was actually off the post.
Yeah, I think
White Plains was celebrating.
I think it rang off the iron. That's a great first right pad save, though, by Spiro, and they don't let play continue. I thought it hit the pipe.
That was a great try by White Plains, but Mamaroneck catches a break now as they break it out of the zone.
And right off the face-off, too. Got that quick shot on, and then the rebound looked like it may have gone, but looks like the right post getting involved today.
Well, Mamaroneck trying to rebound now as Ryan LeBlanc sends it deep. Gets stuck in the skates. A good hit by Matt Vaughn to try and jar it loose. There's Will Kirk in the corner. And Vaughn fighting for it. There's some physical play going on there in that near side.
Now, if you were looking for a tennis match, you came to the wrong place. It looks like they'll get some coincidental roughing calls, and maybe we'll skate 4 aside.
Well, for Mamaroneck, that's Matt Vaughn going to the penalty box, and
I think it's...
and they're just going to give it to Vaughn. They're going to give him 2 minutes for slashing.
It looked like the referee was pointing at both of them there. I thought they were both going to head off, but... Let's see, I think somebody just hopped in.
Well, yeah, it actually is. So Mike Carrier is in the box for White Plains, so it's going to remain 5-on-5.
We can't quite see the penalty boxes. You know,
it was close. You're almost there.
We have a good view on everything except for the penalty boxes, but...
That was a keen eye, though.
Yeah, thank you.
So Mike Carrier and Matt Vaughn both getting penalties, 1 for slashing, 1 for roughing.
And they'll cancel each other out, so we're still 5 aside.
As White Plains tries to work it out, now Mamaroneck with a chance, 2-on-2, fired and a glove save. As Matt Vaughn on the chance, and Stangerone picks up his 7th save of the day.
Yeah, Conley got the feed in the high slot, and Stangerone going from his right to left, getting that glove up. Makes a nice glove save, keeping a 1-goal deficit.
Face-off one forward by White Plains. High stick, delayed high stick.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Conley touches up.
Conley a little bit over his shoulders. I'm interested to see where this face-off ends up. Might go all the way down. And you saw the last time there was a face-off down in this same exact spot. The quick play from White Plains right off the draw almost led to the game-tying goal.
So Mamaroneck has to be very careful. One thing that I've just noticed so far, White Plains likes to win those face-offs forward. They like to get those opportunities and staying aggressive. So we'll see if they do it once again.
I think that exactly plays into what we've seen so far from both these teams, with White Plains playing more aggressively, with Mamaroneck more of a poised game.
Well, now a 2-on-2 maybe developing. Shot is in! Through the 5-hole of Stangerone. It's another one for Alex Ewald.
his eye off the puck. Winds up going between his legs. Ewald's got 2, and it's Ewald 2, White Plains nothing.
Well, Alex Ewald, you said it yourself, looked like he was trying to pass across the ice, but no matter as he picks up his second goal of the game. The Mamaroneck Tigers take a 2-0 lead with 6:49 remaining in the first period.
Just, you know, you can't say enough early on about how Mamaroneck has played offensively. You know, putting the pressure on Stangarone to make those saves, and that last one is probably one he'd like to have back.
Will Kirk on the high side looking for something. Can't find it, but sends it around the boards. It's Matt DeSico fighting for it from Mamaroneck. A little dribbler in front. White Plains will try to clear it out. That's Capello. And it's put into the zone that time by Mancini. Oh, no look pass, and that was dangerous right there.
Yeah, especially right up the middle. And just not very crisp play right now from White Plains. They're trying to do a little too much every time they get possession, and it's working in the favor so far of the Tigers of Mamaroneck.
White Plains just gets it deep into the zone. Spiro sends it right back. Here's senior Jack Knowles, who sent it towards the middle of the ice. Nothing doing, though.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see more of this from White Plains. Get the puck in deep, try and bring their physical presence into the offensive zone and try and make something happen.
Ryan LeBlanc, head up on a swivel, finds Jimmy McMillan. McMillan fights through the hip check. He's got a chance here. Shot right into the chest. Rebound is loose.
Nice.
McMillan finding LeBlanc. LeBlanc looking for some room, and now it's taken back. An odd man rush for White Plains. They have numbers 3-on-1. Looking towards the middle, shot on net, saved by Spiro, and he holds on.
Looked like an extra jab there. Looked by number 8, I think that's James Carrier for White Plains. Took an extra stab at the pads of Spiro after he made that save. I'd be surprised if he doesn't end up in the box along with the roughing penalty. Yeah, again, more coincidental minors here.
Well, Jimmy McMillan is in for roughing.
I think the White Plains Tigers might get an extra one.
Yeah, you're right. Here comes James Carrier, the freshman.
Yeah.
We'll wait on the call. So they're going to call Carrier on a 2-minute slashing penalty.
Yeah, and then afterwards the roughing call.
Right, on the retaliation, Jimmy McMillan is going to get the roughing penalty. So another two coincidental minors.
Yeah.
So with 5:10 to play, we're all even at 5-on-5.
Interesting, I'm very surprised that White Plains is not short-handed here with that extra slash to the right leg of Spiro after he robbed him on the breakaway.
Right, well, you call that, you know, it's a hockey coach. You plead your players, you know, they're going to defend their goaltender, but you plead them not to retaliate. You know, that's the cost of it right there.
You know, not surprised about the coincidental roughs, but the extra slash.
As a shot is saved by Spiro, a glove save there.
Probably could have been an extra 2, but
right.
In any event, it's 2-0. You got to be happy with that.
Well, they'll skate even with 4:48 remaining in the period. James Carrier had a chance to bring it within 1. But a great save by Spiro and a resulting slashing penalty.
Yeah. And Spiro has played very, very well positionally early on in this game. Hasn't been challenged overwhelmingly, but has made his positional saves.
A hand pass was waved off. Now a block by Chris Conley. Tigers will try and take it up the zone. Conley sends it deep. They'll go in for a change.
Mamaroneck's been working real quick line changes, keeping their fresh legs on the ice, physical presence.
Fancy little move there by White Plains. That's Palmer, a nice kick pass.
Lionel Messi out there.
Here's Will Kirk. Kirk tries a shot just wide. White Plains with a chance. Kahan misses it. Now they have numbers 3-on-2. Shot is high that time. And now back the other way. Here's Will Kirk. He's got Beanstalk behind him. Beanstalk picks up the puck. Beanstalk is just wide on the shot. DeSico in to try and pick it up. Kahan. Back to LeBlanc in front, jostling for possession. And White Plains takes it out.
It looked like Kirk on that initial chance just lost possession, but Beanstalk trailing unable to take it up and just missed on the short side.
Well, Kahan lost control, and now he picks it up. And the defenseman will take it up the ice. He sends it deep. Over there is sophomore Matt DeSico. DeSico fighting for the puck as Mamaroneck puts on a fresh set of legs. Kahan's shot from the point goes wide. LeBlanc picks it up. LeBlanc through the skates, stuck in that high slot.
And again, we're seeing more soft play by White Plains, trying to do a little too much every time.
Will Kirk throws it in front. Puck's not going anywhere. Shot from Kahan is deflected wide. Here's Matt Vaughn. Vaughn with a chance, and now he comes off for a change. Shot from the point. Once again, that's LeBlanc, not getting anywhere near the net. Holding on to the puck down low. Now they're getting a whistle.
Fairly hard hit there, and they're going to challenge that it was from behind. You heard a little bit of complaining from the on-ice players, but he had turned his back at the last second. Nothing that the Mamaroneck player could do at that point against Conroy in the corner. But again, it's this Mamaroneck team that's just setting the pace right now, and it's thus far been unstoppable for the White Plains Tigers.
Well, senior captain Matt Conroy was in the corner. He's a little slow to get up, and he's going to stay out there on the ice for this shift. White Plains missing a man, though, right now. They only got 4 out there, and now in comes the freshman, James Carrier. And he'll face up.
No,
well, they'll face up, yeah. That's a little delay of game. And Alex Ewald out there on the ice again. 2 goals already in the period for him. He has Mamaroneck off to a 2-0 lead here so far. Back to the point here, Shapiro. Shapiro sends it around the corner. Chris Conley with it. Conley sends it. It is on the side of the net, and now some jostling in front of the net.
Yeah, and you can't blame the White Plains Tigers for throwing a few extra shoves after that one. Chris Conley put it on after the whistle had blown, so I guess we're going to see again some coincidental minors that'll wash each other out. So I'm assuming that the retaliation is always going to get you to 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's Liam Broderick for White Plains and Chris Conley from Mamaroneck both getting incidental roughing penalties.
And Shapiro made a really nice play to start that one off. The defenseman just sending it around the boards and allowing his forwards to go to work below the goal line and try and set something out in front. But again, shot after the whistle and then a few extra pushing and shoving. Coincidental minors once again. Just 2:03 to go in the first period.
A forward line of upperclassmen. 2 juniors and a senior fighting in front.
And I think this is the only time we're going to see a non-coincidental minor. It's going to be a hook. And I think Mamaroneck headed to the power play.
They're going to get James Carrier again, the freshman.
Yeah, it's a good call. He got his stick up in the midsection, pulled him down. I don't know if they teach acting at Mamaroneck, but if they did,
hey, I hear they have a great program there.
With flying colors, there'd be no problem.
So Mamaroneck going on their first power play of the day. Minute 30 on the power play, minute 54 remaining in the period.
Very important to win the face-off on the power play. Now you can set something up.
Mamaroneck slow, trying to get a play working. And that umbrella set shot in front, rebound, not quite. Beanstalk sends it back. That's DeSico, sorry, who sent it back. LeBlanc. Shot trying to get through that time. It's Will Kirk. And White Plains will send it all the way down.
And what looks like is going to be the key is you got to get the puck up on Stangarone. He's so good down low, so big with those big flippers. He can kick anything away.
Lazy pass, and now they're actually going to call offsides.
Yeah, McDonough tried to get it deep, but it looked like his teammate, Mike Carrier, caught it in the offensive zone, so that's offsides.
White Plains almost taking advantage of that, a sloppy pass from the Mamaroneck defenseman. Kirk wins it back to Shapiro. Mamaroneck will try and set up another attack. Got to get it deep first, though. White Plains is bringing the pressure.
Not sure why, and Shapiro makes the smart play. Not sure why they're not going with exactly what worked for them all period long. You get it deep, you put the body on them, and you've been winning the battles all evening.
Well, here's LeBlanc, a try. It was off, deflected, incidentally, from Jason Beanstalk. Back to the point. No look pass. Beautiful, but the shot is wide.
That was a really nice pass, but now they got to get back. Could be a 3-on-2 if they hurry.
Well, going wide right there, trying to force it is Conroy.
That's great defensive coverage there by Will Kirk. Coming back on the back check. He's a forward on the power play, able to get back and make that defensive effort.
Well, pass intended for Ewald was deflected, so no ice. White Plains back to full strength with 15 seconds remaining in the period. Deflected behind the net. Here's Ewald to try, almost. White Plains clears the zone, and that's pretty much going to do it for this first period.
Now Ewald came that close to getting a first period hat trick.
Very close. Just a couple
but
of
he'll
inches.
just settle for 2, I guess.
Yeah, and I think he'll be very happy to. Might be some pleasant words from Mike Schiaparelli in that locker room during the intermission. His Mamaroneck Tigers lead White Plains 2-0 at the end of the first. We're back with you in just a few.
So welcome back here on LMC TV for the second period to begin between the Mamaroneck Tigers and the White Plains Tigers. Mamaroneck in their home whites moving right to left in this second period, and White Plains in their road oranges with plenty of what I can only assume are tiger stripes moving left to right. So 2-0 after one period on 2 goals from Alex Ewald in period number 1. And the other way comes Ewald to start off period number 2. He's on the near side, looking towards the middle. He'll go around behind the net, go back to the blue line where it's held there by the Tigers. It's Ewald again, below the goal line, and the Tigers go to work offensively again. A big hit, it looked like from behind, and the Mamaroneck Tigers are going to be on the power play here.
That'd be interesting to see. That was a hard hit from behind. Interesting to see if they might call this a major.
Yeah, so I cannot quite see the number. I think that is Brendan McDonough, who's going to go for 4.
They're giving him a double minor on that.
Yeah, and that's a good call. He was run over from behind. It's a dangerous hit in a dangerous area.
Right, especially in that far corner down there. You see a lot of injuries down there. That's a good call by the refs, and I applaud that.
Exactly. So it looks like on this power play, Mamaroneck going to go with Shapiro and LeBlanc on the blue line with Kirk, Beanstalk, and I think that is Ewald up front. So a 4-minute power play and a chance to blow this game wide open for Mamaroneck. It's Shapiro at the right point, going cross ice now LeBlanc. LeBlanc walks back center point, waiting for something to materialize, goes down near side. It's Kirk towards the net, that one's blocked. The Tigers able to regain possession. Kirk has it again, goes back to the center point. LeBlanc steps into one there, it's blocked off, and the other way they come. A 2-man break, in alone, a White Plains Tigers shot at a glove save to rob them by Spiro to keep it 2-0.
Oh man, Tommy Spiro, what a save right there.
I couldn't quite tell who that was for White Plains. I think it was Carrier who ended up with the break. There's 2 Carriers out there. So I got a little confused. Excuse me. It's like James and Mike Carrier are both out there together.
Yeah, actually, that seemed like the senior Mike Carrier. That was a great shot on net.
That's a beautiful glove save to keep it 2-0. A good short-handed opportunity for White Plains. And as they cross in offsides.
Mamaroneck, they still have plenty of time left on this power play. They just got to slow down and, just simplize. Just make it more simple out there. Making up words out here.
You saw the referee there had a few words for Mike Carrier of White Plains telling him to stop the chirping. So, got to learn to keep it quiet around the stripes anyway.
Yeah, chippy game versus 2 chippy rivals.
And that one out to center could be touched for a hand pass. LeBlanc is going to have to touch it next, but it'll be a hand pass will be the call. There should not be any extracurricular activity after that whistle. An interesting call. It's a high hit, and it's a 5-on-3 opportunity from the Mamaroneck. It looks like Mancini So a high hit, and now 1 minute and 30 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. For Mamaroneck in a big chance here.
Yeah, that is a lot of time on a power play. So once again, just slow down the game, wait for your chances to come. There is no rush right now.
And the same 5 are out there as an attempted clear doesn't get there. So it's LeBlanc now for Mamaroneck. All over him as he gets back to the point. Shapiro down low, in front, slam dunk is off the side of the net. And Mamaroneck able to keep possession. LeBlanc. Shot from the face-off circle there is held on by the White Plains goaltender as Beanstalk let go of that one.
You see some frustration from Will Kirk over there on that side, thinking that maybe they could have gotten a better shot there. But, you know, another opportunity here on this face-off. Still plenty of time left in this power play opportunity.
Kirk, plenty of time to get rid of that one. Maybe rushed it a little bit, pulled it wide. But it's Shapiro. And now LeBlanc. LeBlanc on the near side, goes cross-ice. Shapiro towards the net. It's blocked in front. And White Plains able to clear all the way down. Still 55 seconds at 5-on-3 time. So Mamaroneck will regroup out of their own end, led by LeBlanc, who crosses over center ice. Plenty of ice for him to gain the zone and set things up. LeBlanc at the goal line, works up towards the face-off circle, now leaves it cross ice for Kirk. He can't hold on to it. Beanstalk with a nice pass to go across to him. And now LeBlanc once again for Kirk. That one-timer floating towards the net, and it's held onto there by Stangarone.
And that was good puck movement right there by the Mamaroneck Tigers, but you know, now they're a little bit too slow. They got to pick up the speed a little bit. Now you got 25 seconds remaining in this 5-on-3.
And remember, when this 5-on-3 is over, they'll still have about a minute and a half of 5-on-4 time. So it's Ewald taking the face-off for Mamaroneck. The puck slides towards the White Plain defender, who's able to clear all the way down. So just 15 seconds, maybe one final rush here on the 5-on-3. The quick up is no good, and that'll be an ice. And that is cardinal sin on the power play.
That's a long time for that, especially since that neutral zone. A White Plain player is going to be coming down there. They could get an offensive attack going here with a one face-off.
Exactly, and you saw the White Plains team back off when LeBlanc carried it from end to end before.
Right.
You can have pretty easy zone entry if he was able to carry it through center. Elected for the long pass and instead an icing. So set to come out of the box and make it a 5-on-4 is Mancini. As White Plains enters the zone here, Mamaroneck with a quick snapshot and Stangarone the save. So still 1:24 of 5-on-4 time, and a big opportunity here for Mamaroneck to expand the lead, and they haven't been able to do so.
Well, White Plains has actually played some very good, shorthanded defense. You know, they've kept everything out of the middle of the ice, which is exactly what you have to do. Force your opponent to the outside, and they have a very good goaltender. Force to make good saves.
Kirk took the face-off, got some help from his winger, but then took a tripping penalty. And so just like that, with 1:20 of 4-on-4 hockey, then White Plains will go to the power play with a chance to cut the lead in half, and that could make it a whole new hockey game.
Well, it is going to be 4-on-4 for the time being, but Mamaroneck really blows an opportunity there. They really had a shot to start to put this game out of reach.
Definitely a big opportunity there, and you can assume that Coach Howard Rubenstein had a few select words for his Tigers during the intermission, but it looks like another penalty. This one on Carrier again.
That was an interference, and that was blatant. You know, Ewald was just trying to cross into the neutral zone, and he just got blindsided. This game is getting very chippy here to start the second period.
And some lazy penalties, a tripping penalty, an interference penalty, penalties that you take if you're not moving your feet. And so, it's James Carrier, not Mike Carrier, who's in the box for White Plains. So now 4-on-3 hockey for 1:08, then 4-on-4, and then 5-on-4 for Mamaroneck. So some chaos out there now as LeBlanc snaps it towards the net, and it is gloved by Stangarone.
Chance here. This is always some interesting hockey here at 4-on-3. A lot of open ice.
Plenty of open ice. Stangarone does a nice job there, positioning intentionally to get the glove on that one. Nice snapshot there from Ryan LeBlanc, the defender, who's got it now. LeBlanc pulls up, takes that shot, it deflects, and just goes wide of Stangarone. They go towards the face-off circle, and now LeBlanc again. He'll fake that shot, go cross ice. Shapiro towards the net, it's tipped, and a save by Stangarone. The rebound lays loose in the slot, taken by the Tigers, and the pass across for Beanstalk never reached him. LeBlanc for Beanstalk, and he couldn't tee that one up before he sent it high. Mamaroneck holds at the blue line. LeBlanc again. That one towards the net, kicked away by the White Plains goaltender. LeBlanc once more. He's been very active on this offensive position for the Tigers. LeBlanc, Shapiro, and LeBlanc again. Flex off his skate.
Now Mamaroneck has got to watch the neutral zone.
That shot on the short side was stopped off the stick of Ewald and then smacked away as LeBlanc goes towards the net. That's blocked, makes a move, can't get a shot to the net. White Plains unable to clear. It's Ewald in front for Beanstalk. He holds on, backhand to the forehand. It would not go. The whistle blows and play is stopped. The puck was loose the whole time, but the whistle blows. I think the referee might have lost sight, but it did hit the mask.
Stangarone is down out there.
Yeah, it did hit him in the mask there. Beanstalk with an incredible opportunity, all alone in front of the net for about 7 seconds.
Well, he was very indecisive there. He had a couple of shots, but he was waiting for the perfect space to open up. Give a lot of credit to Stangarone for stopping that puck.
Yeah, Stangarone does a good job there, and they are trying to keep the coach on the bench. Stangarone looks like he's okay. They wave the coach back to the bench, and if you can see the coach, you can see just how cold it is out here. A sweater, a jacket, a hat, and gloves for the head coach.
Coach Rubenstein taking the opportunity to yell at the ref a little bit, get in his ear.
Hey, whenever you get that opportunity, you can't pass
you gotta
it up,
take it.
Right? So, Stangarone looks like he's okay. And I'm not sure, again, if the referee lost sight of that puck or if it's just because Stangarone got hit in the mask is why they blew the whistle, but the puck was loose the whole time. I can see it from here.
Right, well, as the puck was bounding loose, it looked like the whistle actually came while it was near Stangarone, so...
It looked like, and we just, I was able to hear the referee there as he came over towards the bench. He said he lost sight of it. So, that's the reason for the whistle. So it's 8 seconds of power play time for Mamaroneck, and LeBlanc for the Tigers just put on an offensive show during that last shift.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your senior captain. You show some leadership in a pivotal opportunity there for the Tigers. So close, but couldn't put one past the goaltender Stangarone.
Shots on goal 20-8 in favor of Mamaroneck. The one good opportunity for White Plains was that shorthanded breakaway at the beginning of this period that Spiro stopped with the glove. But now it's that's Conley trying a centering feed that did not get through. Pushed back towards the line as the net is off its moorings, and another penalty coming again on White Plains.
And White Plains cannot believe it. There's a lot of fire on that away bench right now.
It's going to be a charging penalty.
You don't see that too often.
No, you don't. So another power play opportunity for Mamaroneck, and it looks like Mancini, another penalty on him, and he was not happy on his way to the box.
You know, in sports, it's so important to separate your emotions from the actual game. Yeah. You see today, White Plains playing a very emotional game, which is great in some regards, but it's getting a little bit out of hand with all the penalties so far.
And down 2-0, they've put themselves in some serious penalty trouble.
Right?
But Mamaroneck so far unable to capitalize on the opportunities.
White Plains even came out with a lot of momentum, but the penalties have just completely slowed them down.
So it's the same five: Beanstalk, Kirk, Ewald, Shapiro, and LeBlanc for Mamaroneck. They're getting some directions from their coach, Mike Schiaparelli, before the power play begins. 9:49 remaining in period number 2. Still 2-0. Both goals off the sticks of Alex Ewald in the first period. And he's out there on the power play to try and send the hats towards the rink. You see some beanies out in the crowd. I wonder if they'll make their way out of the ice surface.
Wrong side of the sideline, though.
And the netting doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling.
So Mamaroneck possession off the faceoff. It's LeBlanc. Going now for Kirk. Gets it back. One-time shot got through. And it looked like it was redirected just before it reached the White Plains netminder. It's back towards the point. And LeBlanc again. LeBlanc for Kirk. That one-timer catches the glass. And it's held in by Shapiro. He moves back towards his forehand. Tries to get it down low. A nice chip pass by Beanstalk. Right back to Shapiro. LeBlanc again. He's got a cannon. He holds on to it, forces a White Plains defender to the ground. That shot.
Ankle breaker that time by LeBlanc.
Looks like Rajon Rondo or something. To the point, and Shapiro fakes the pass. And now White Plains setting up their offensive attack. LeBlanc again. Goes down low. Kirk towards the net. And another glove save by Stangerone.
Some more good defense from White Plains. Yeah, I said it again, but that box approach, it really works for them. They really keep Mamaroneck out of the center of the ice.
And it definitely looks like Mamaroneck's, they've done it a few times now, trying to set Kirk up for that one-timer from just beyond the faceoff circle.
That's priority number one. You got to keep the guys out of the high slot when you're shorthanded.
And Kirk, that right-handed shot on the near side with his forehand towards the net. So definitely a good space for an opportunity, as that one is smacked wide by Capello. And White Plains putting on some shorthanded pressure here. Their best sustained pressure of the period. They've only been down there for a few seconds. They're able to keep that one in from the blue line. And now Shapiro for Mamaroneck trying to speed out, calling for an interference penalty.
Oh, wow.
And are they going to get it? I don't know if the back referee had his arm up, but it looks like Mamaroneck's going to get called. Beanstalk is going to get called. It was interference. I mean, it's a good call.
That is very interesting.
But he did not have his arm up at all.
Right, and that was a delay call. It was after the play. It looks like he listened to the White Plains player down on the ice.
Yeah, Mamaroneck had the puck for a while. I'm not sure why it took so long to make the call, if there was any need to make the call. So, some more interesting officiating. Maybe the back referee had his arm up. We weren't able to see, so quite possibly.
Did let Mamaroneck take the puck?
It did, yeah, it really did. So
you call that a delayed call, I guess.
I didn't see anybody with their hands up. So right now it's White Plains on the offensive. Carrier, he'll go down low, trying a centering feed there for McDonough, but it did not get to him. Mamaroneck unable to get it deep. So Carrier in center. White Plains trying to cut the lead in half here. Entering the zone is Mancini. Goes for a backhand pass that's soft, and Mamaroneck able to clear out the center. Not the kind of pass you want to see with a man advantage.
Mamaroneck's had some trouble passing it in their own zone, especially in the neutral zone too. That's something that White Plains could take advantage if they weren't constantly shorthanded.
Well, now with the man advantage, a lot of penalty trouble here in period number 2.
Oh, for sure.
Both teams a little bit more passion and emotion in this second frame, as Conroy carries in for White Plains. He'll swing around the net, takes a slash to the arm, but no matter.
Oh, yeah.
Conroy sets things up. Now to Carrier. Down low for the other Carrier. And back up high for Carrier once again. That drive is high, and it catches the glass. Forces a few pedestrians to shake out of the way. And Mamaroneck's going to be able to carry out here. But a turnover out at center, and able to get it deep to kill off what looks like the rest of this man advantage for White Plains.
Yeah, it was a smart play by DeSico. You know, he might have had a shot at net, but understands that they got to get some fresh legs out there. He dumps it in, gets a fresh line out.
So the hold in there off the stick of Carrier. Out to center it comes, and the puck is going to slide all the way into the zone. Picked up there by number 26, Vaughn. His shot is stopped by Stangerone, and he'll hold on. No further play.
And the refs are not having any extracurriculars anymore.
No.
That whistle was blown right as it was covered.
And not only that, I think most of the players on the ice anyway have got to understand that if you're going to get involved, you're going to wind up in the penalty box.
Oh, man, for sure. Yeah, they are having none of this chippy play so far in this second period.
So, looks like both teams sending out what would be their third or fourth lines here. As that play goes off the back of the net. To it is McMillan. He throws it down low.
Another delayed penalty.
And Vaughn after it, and it looks like the penalty
could have been another 2 at the end of that play.
Looks like it's White Plains again. And it's a penalty on Broderick, Liam Broderick, the defenseman. He hit him in the head, and it's, if there's one thing they're trying to do in, lower level hockey, it's teach kids not to hit anybody up high, and you're definitely seeing the ramifications of that right now.
Oh no, for sure. And that's the most important thing. In hockey, the most dangerous place, when you got your hands up, they're going in to check another opponent. That's how the injuries happen, So they've got to limit that. Good job by the referees to make that call.
So another power play opportunity in period number 2 for Mamaroneck. LeBlanc's drive hit a leg. Some chirping going on below us. And that one's thrown the length of the ice. Obviously no icing on the penalty kill. As Mamaroneck tries to set up from their own end. It looks like the netminder Spiro is without a stick. Not quite sure how he lost that one. But LeBlanc carries in for the Tigers. Goes cross ice, Shapiro now. He'll hold on to it. Looking for Kirk up high. And now LeBlanc once more. LeBlanc going towards center point, leaves it for Kirk. Kirk on his forehand, tries to drag it around. Could not do so, but is able to retain possession. Get it off to Shapiro. And now LeBlanc again. Fakes that drive, tried to make a move to his backhand, is able to dive and keep it in deep. It's Ewald now for Mamaroneck. Just 25 to the power play. Ewald at the face-off circle, hands off Shapiro. Cross ice LeBlanc. Shapiro again. Down low Ewald, right back Shapiro, and now LeBlanc. Got to get something to the net here if you're Mamaroneck. Good defensive play there, but able to keep it as Kirk. He'll backhand it across for Shapiro. His snapshot stopped by White Plains. The rebound loose. A backhand try and another save by Stangarone, who's been pretty phenomenal in the second period.
Yeah, he was a little bit shaky to get things going, but now 24 saves, a lot of them coming in the second period. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's kept White Plains in this game.
Especially on a penalty kill. He's been, as you know, the goaltender is the team's most important penalty killer, and he's been pretty great on the penalty kill all night.
No doubt.
So just under 5 minutes remaining in period number 2. Face-off to be taken by Palmer. And off the scramble for that puck, it slides below the goal line. Palmer in after it, as is Di Maria. And it looks like that's going to be a hit to the head. That's going to be a good call on Torrey. And it looked like James Torrey went in. He got his hands up high. So the elbow will be the call. And now Mamaroneck to the penalty kill. So back and forth we go, penalty for penalty, and nobody has been able to capitalize.
This has just been an interesting second period. It's been so slow moving because there's been so many stoppages to play, but unbelievable, another call. You do have to credit the referees. They're not having any of it.
They're not. And you know what? They're being very consistent, and one team can think that they're out to get them all they want, but they've made all the calls for both squads.
Right. And another one.
And that's going to be a cross-check. At least it should, and it will be.
Go.
So now, a 5-on-3 opportunity for White Plains. And that's just a bad penalty.
Oh, man.
From Mamaroneck.
Yeah, that's a sloppy play right there.
Looks like Kaha. So, for the 5-on-3, Ewald, Shapiro, and LeBlanc, who have been on the ice for, I've got to assume, 11 minutes of this second period.
Well, they've been the entire team so far.
So, White Plains with a huge opportunity to at least cut into the lead here. A soft clearing attempt will be picked up by Carrier around the face-off circle. He'll get the return feed from Carrier and then go cross ice. It's Conroy losing possession. Got it back to Carrier, but it took a hop off a rivet in the ice. And Ewald, who's all over it, forces White Plains back to their own blue line.
So aggressive play from Alex Ewald. He's only got 2 defenders back, but credit him. He's making White Plains sweat in that neutral zone.
Certainly ragged it long enough to take some time off the 5-on-3. Ewald then lost his stick. He's got to pick it up. It's Conroy now. Towards the net, it redirects just wide. A lively bounce off the end boards is taken by Carrier. Cross ice looking for the other carrier, who's got it now. Just one too many carriers for me.
Oh, man. It's a tongue twister.
Carrier gets it back from Conroy, and that shot is blocker to side by Spiro. They go together into the boards. White Plains able to dig it loose. Carrier, Conroy holds onto it in front, off the stick, and able to hold it in. Conroy again, that one's blocked in front, and unable to clear is Mamaroneck. This is an opportunity towards the net, and it squeaked through the arm of Spiro, but missed the net. Carrier again, that drive is sticked aside from Spiro, and stuck on the back of the net, so the whistle blows. Oh, the net was off. The net off its moorings, so play is halted.
Now you gotta get right there. That was a great save by Spiro on the play right before. He barely nicked it with his blocker. That's all you need in an opportunity like that. That's a hard shot.
You just need a piece of it. It just matters where it goes after you get that piece.
Oh, of course.
So just 10 seconds to the man advantage here. Just 3:09 to period number 2. A scramble off the face-off, and it's jarred away by Mamaroneck, and they speed the other direction. It's Kirk on his forehand, tries to make a move, takes it into the corner, takes the hit to make a play, gets it to Beanstalk, and now back to Kirk. Kirk and Beanstalk have a little bit of a catch. That one slides below the goal line to the point. LeBlanc can't quite hold it. He chips it back in. Nice job to keep it away from the oncoming Tillman, who might have had a break for White Plains. That one hits a few legs, goes back out to center, and Carrier, who also has been on the ice for the majority of this second period, plays it deep. White Plains goes to work. Mamaroneck tries to clear through center. Instead, it's Miles Tillman who sends it deep for White Plains. Down to 2:15 to go in period number 2. And White Plains again sends it cross rink into the corner to set up a forecheck. Levine for Mamaroneck can't clear. Held in by Conroy. His long drive is blocked off, but White Plains able to retain possession. It's Brotman throws it cross ice. Taken by Tillman. He takes it down low, taken in by LeBlanc, and the other way comes Kirk.
Tigers, the Mamaroneck Tigers had a little bit of trouble breaking out in today's game. It's been a little bit sloppy.
Beanstalk looking cross ice for DeSico. Did not connect. Puck squeaks out towards the slot. And a soft clearing attempt there from White Plains. Mamaroneck able to keep deep. Kirk down low. He'll go up high now. Shapiro. For his defense partner, Levine, who throws it in below the goal line. They battle to a side, and White Plains able to carry it out to center. And the long dump is on, as that is a big hit by Matt Vaughn on the White Plains player.
And give Matt Vaughn some credit. That was a great back check right there. He finishes it with an even better hit.
McMillan chips it in, heads after it himself. The wraparound try is shut off as Stangarone held the post, and the other way come White Plains. That long shot from Capello goes wide. Capello on his own rebound, but that one squeaks around the boards. Mancini on it for White Plains. He's unable to reel it in. And the other way they go, 42 on the game clock for period number 2, as Stangarone holds on to it. 39 seconds exactly remaining in the second period.
Well, the shots on net tell the story of the game so far. 27-11 in favor of Mamaroneck. But, you know, the fact that it's only 2-0, White Plains is still very much in this game.
Yeah, and if any team can capitalize on their power play opportunities, this would be a very different hockey game.
Complete on any number of
for either team, you know, in any direction.
Yeah, great credit to the goaltenders. 2 very strong goaltenders going at it today.
Without a doubt, you got to highlight that glove save earlier in the period by Tom Spiro on the shorthanded opportunity to keep it 2-0.
That's kept that space that's been so important for Mamaroneck.
And that glove save, thus far, the highlight play of the game for either side. It's kept deep there by Mamaroneck. Ewald lets it go. Kahan can't hold it. And so it's dumped back in by LeBlanc, down to 21 on the game clock in period number 2. Through center, it misses everybody, but it tipped off a Mamaroneck player, so no icing. As they battle for it below the goal line, down to 7 seconds remaining in period number 2. Final long feed that shut off at center, and that'll do it. So we're 2 periods down, And at the end of 2, we're just where we were at the end of 1. It's 2-0 in favor of Mamaroneck. We'll step out. When we come back, we'll bring in the third period action right here on LMC TV Sports.
And we are back here at Homix Ice Arena for the final period of play. The Mamaroneck Tigers leading the White Plains Tigers 2-0 in this one. Sam Blunt, Ken Reichman is behind me.
I am.
Next to me now. As White Plains starts off with a chant from their away bench, or their away stance. White Plains in the Mamaroneck zone, starting off with a lot of energy after a very physical second period.
And you can only assume that Coach Rubenstein had a few words for his White Plains players before they came out for this third period, trailing by 2.
Alex Ewald with 2 goals already backhands it and squeezed by Stangerone, and a little bit of extracurricular going on in front of the net.
That's the last thing either coach wants to see. 30 seconds into this third period is somebody go back to the penalty box.
Well, they have made a pretty good nest in there in today's game. There have been several penalties on both sides.
I don't even want to know what the scorer's book looks like now.
It's got to be a mess.
It was total chaos for a while.
Well, we saw 4-on-3, several 5-on-3s as White Plains wins it back.
And for both teams to see a 5-on-3 and not be able to capitalize, pretty big.
Very big. Also speaks volumes about the play of the 2 goaltenders today. So that one goes all the way down for an ice.
And without a doubt, Stangerone has been the player of the game.
No doubt.
The first goal on a rebound, he made the initial save, and then Ewald was all alone to jam in the rebound. And the second goal is obviously one he'd like to have back, but with his team having so many power play opportunities and him being the team's best penalty killer, you definitely can't fault him for this 2-0 deficit.
Well, 27 saves for Stangerone. Through 2 and a little more periods as White Plains takes it up. They're going to call that one. It looks like a hand
pass. That's a bad call.
Wow.
That's a really bad call. They called a hand pass. He did bring it down with his hand, but he definitely was able to stick it over to his teammate. So that's a poor call and leads to an offensive opportunity from Mamaroneck on the offensive zone faceoff.
Well, the referees today have not been shy blowing the whistle. As White Plains tries to clear it out off the pads of Kirk and back into the corner. Will Kirk going after the chase from Mamaroneck. All the way back to the point. Shapiro shot deflected in front. Nothing doing though, and now White Plains trying to carry it out. This is Tillman with it. Tillman out in front, 3-on-1. Opportunity deflected wide on the shot that time. It was Tillman. White Plains trying to set up the offensive attack. Shot is deflected, good kick save, back open in front. Shot opportunity off the glove. Throw it into the corner, that's going to be a hand pass.
No, I think it's going to be a penalty, Sam. He closed his hand on the puck. He cannot do that. And White Plains with some good offensive production, now going to head to the power play, I think. Or am I wrong? Well, they're not going to call a penalty on it.
Well, they're just going to call a hand pass.
But you're allowed to do that in the defensive zone.
That confused me too.
So I guess they're just calling him for close. I saw the top referee signal he closed his hand on the puck, but that's a penalty. I'm not sure why it just turned into a face-off, but so far Mamaroneck getting the benefit of the doubt on a few calls here in period number 3.
And now maybe something brewing. So streak down the ice, now set up the offensive attack. You gotta credit White Plains defense in that second period. They really played very well in the defensive zone.
And Spiro on that last chance there makes a good glove save. Keep it 2-1.
Ewald back to the point. Here's Kahan. Kahan just sending it back down into the corner.
And there's another penalty coming here to Mamaroneck. On White Plains. So after what looked like was a penalty on Mamaroneck turns into a power play opportunity and another chance to extend the lead to 3-0. It's going to be a 4-minute penalty.
Giving 4 to Connery for a hit from behind. And that's your senior captain, Matt Conroy, being sent to the box for 4 minutes. That's a second double minor against the White Plains Tigers today.
Yeah, and with just 12:43 to go in regulation time, you're already down 2-0. As a senior captain, that's not a play you can make.
Yeah, Conroy is not happy about that call.
And as you can imagine, frustration probably on most of the White Plains players' faces.
Well, Shapiro's going to set up the attack. Mamaroneck plenty of time on this 5-on-4. As Ryan LeBlanc winds up looking for something. Some good defensive coverage from White Plains. Shapiro back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc thought about it, now passes it over. Mamaroneck working it around to Shapiro again. LeBlanc tries it, deflected, still open in front. Big time blocker save by Staggerone.
That's a great save, moving from left to right, getting over to block that rebound after it got through on the first try.
Well, Shapiro now, maybe something going again. LeBlanc, another try, deflected in front. White Plains tries to send it out, but a good job by LeBlanc to keep it in the zone. Now White Plains is going to carry it out. Taking the body, it's Shapiro. Still with it now is White Plains. And taken now by the alternate captain, Will Kirk. Kirk with it now. Some fancy moves into the offensive zone. Now sends it back around the boards to LeBlanc.
And you've got to move your feet on this power play.
Kirk the try right into the chest of Stangerone. Now goes out into the corner. And Shapiro with it.
One Stangerone probably like to hold on to and get the whistle.
Kirk now shooting, shot low, puck loose in front. And it's whistled. A lot of contact after the play.
It looked like, I think that was Beanstalk in front, got pushed on top of Stangerone, who caught the worst of it, but then Beanstalk down to the ice. So everybody getting a little involved here in period number 3. And if you're on this Mamaroneck power play, you've got to move your feet. You can't keep watching LeBlanc and Shapiro have the catch at the blue line to set LeBlanc up for that long drive that is going to be stopped. I mean, Stangerone is too good to be beaten on a shot like that. You're going to be able to get him on the rebound, as you saw on goal number 1, but if there's nobody in front and nobody moving, it's going to be difficult to get anything back past him.
Right, and you know there have been a lot of penalties when you're talking about their power play going static.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, Jake Levine getting some fresh legs out there on the Mamaroneck defensive end. He's out there.
And part of that static could be, a testament to how long those top 5 have played.
Well, they get some fresh legs, but Ryan LeBlanc is still out there. LeBlanc the try just wide.
That's a nice hard low shot there.
And Levine's going to chase it down back in the zone. Still plenty of time on the power play, 2:08 in fact. Ryan LeBlanc, some nice moves in the neutral zone. Now has some space to work. Pass looking in front. Trying to force it there was Palmer. LeBlanc down low. Diving to save it that time was Connolly. Now in behind the net. It goes back to the point and LeBlanc. LeBlanc, a quick try, deflected wide. White Plains is going to clear it out.
Well, I got nervous. I don't know if you did.
I got a little bit nervous too. That was a high shot.
He got nervous. All right, everybody got nervous. Everybody got nervous. But we're all okay.
Yeah, getting a little closer in that press box here.
Hey, we gotta get some glass up here.
Can't imagine what it was like on the White Plains bench.
No,
we were
I don't even want to think about it. But again, Stangerone doing a great job. Now up to 31 saves on the night. Still 10 minutes remaining in this game. It's just been an offensive onslaught from Mamaroneck.
Well, they haven't gotten one pass since Alex Ewald's second. Here's a shot off the pads at Stangerone. Alex Ewald, he's had 2 on the day. They came early in that first period. Since then, nothing on either side. Shapiro with it now. Back down low, that's Ewald. Ewald looking for something, and he's just going to be forced to pass it back to Shapiro at the point. White Plains bringing the pressure now. LeBlanc, one-timer is wide. Kirk on the chance.
They've been looking for that Kirk one-timer all day, and that was a great chance.
Kirk's chance, it was deflected off of Ewald. Ewald with it now to Shapiro. Looking over for LeBlanc. It's going to be picked up by Kirk.
Down to 45 on the power play now.
Kirk, the try is wide once again. Shapiro with it. Mamaroneck's got to hurry a little bit now. Ewald getting position. There's a push in the back, no call. White Plains sends it around the boards, but that is a lazy clear as Mamaroneck's going to keep it.
Sorry, Sam. At the very least, they've held possession for a very long time. These White Plains defenders very tired.
Kirk with it, a little flip into the center. White Plains finally clears it out. Shapiro being chased down that time by Mancini. 10 seconds remaining in the power play from Mamaroneck, trying to get something tripped up was Kirk. Kirk to Shapiro as we are back at even strength. Kirk's shot is high. LeBlanc keeps it in, deflected wide. Conley cycles it behind the net.
And again, another power play of long point shots and angle shots from Kirk that never got through. Here's a chance.
Here's a chance, a 2-on-1 shot. Blocker save. And Spiro has another great save on the odd man rush. Now DeSico back the other way. DeSico's shot is deflected wide by Stangerone.
Spiro has not been tested very often tonight, but he has been more than up to the task when he's been called upon.
14 saves for Spiro, but they have been 14 tough saves. He's kept White Plains off the scoreboard so far with just under 8 minutes to play. Conroy now a chance. Good defensive pressure. Both get tangled up and are taken down to the ice. And now with it, it is going to be Palmer. Palmer skating around with it and just going to send it down and get a change. DeSico with it behind the net. He doesn't have a lot of support as White Plains tries to break it out. For White Plains, here's Capello. Capello's just going to send it deep as he lost his footing. Mamaroneck now another chance to break it out with 7:22 to play.
And Capello's got to move that puck. He had plenty of options going up the ice. Tried to do it all himself, ended up turning it over.
White Plains taking their time, moving it behind the net, and now just clears it.
Looks like a mouth guard is out there. Could be potentially dangerous for somebody.
Jake Levine sends it up the ice. And now a lazy pass into the middle is taken by White Plains, but he can't clear it deep. Jack Knowles, the senior.
Now down under 7 minutes. Don't be surprised to see White Plains push the pace a little bit.
A nice pass to Matt Vaughn, but good defensive effort to clear it from that high slot zone. Jimmy McMillan, he's had a hard-fought game so far. And now something brewing for White Plains. Conway, nice move, can't quite finish it. That was actually Tillman on the move. Ooh. Now White Plains a chance, a high shot. That's gonna go up into the netting, no netting over there. That one's just out of play.
So, more White Plains opportunities to move the puck. And you've seen some selfish plays from White Plains as they cross over the blue line into offensive territory. They've got options. They've got to start taking them. Down to 6:17 to go. In regulation, down by 2. You've got to start getting shots to the net.
Well, a big offensive set here. Slap shot, a little wobbler that was stopped easily by Spiro. Now Mamaroneck trying to work the breakout. Kirk, a drop pass that got stuck in the skates of Carrier. Now Mamaroneck working the breakout, deflected off of the stick of DeSico and into the near side corner.
Remember, this is not a White Plains team that's used to losing. At 6-1, they are definitely accustomed to being in the win column. So not going to be too happy towards the end of this one.
Well, Mike Chaparelli and Mamaroneck trying to get their 6th win. They're 5-2-1 on the season so far. Nothing to scoff at either. LeBlanc at the point with it. How many times have we said that today?
Too many.
His shot, it was deflected by a White Plains player, and then the rebound was stopped by Stangerone.
Stangerone has got one of the quickest left-to-right movements that I've seen.
A drop pass, rebound in front, and a good deflection by LeBlanc to clear it.
And that's why he gets so much ice time, Sam.
LeBlanc has had quite the day so far. And he is just another heads-up play on that defense. But forgets about the puck. Here's Ewald. A chance, and Ewald was looking to drop it for a forward that just wasn't there. White Plains has a chance to clear it out, and they send it deep.
LeBlanc just so quick offensively, able to handle that puck, and defensively he's got such an active stick, and he's so big that it's hard for White Plains to even get around his reach. Very Chara-esque.
That's a very good comparison right there. As White Plains gets into the zone, shot attempt, and another save by Spiro. Spiro is getting no inches in this game.
Yeah, and Spiro holding on to those rebound opportunities also. But that's another play where White Plains had a 3-on-1 pretty much down low below the face-off circle. maybe had an opportunity to get that extra pass off, but you can never go wrong with taking a shot from that area. Unfortunately for White Plains, though, Spiro has been on top of this game, making all 17 saves he's seen so far.
Yeah, well, they had a lot of momentum on that play, didn't quite have the angle, and Spiro was giving no inches. Now maybe an opportunity brewing from Mamaroneck. Jack Knowles, a little bit of confusion on that play. Good drop to McMillan. It's deflected out in front. Still another chance. And Stangerone is not giving an inch.
Again, Stangerone left to right, almost unbeatable.
Well, Mamaroneck keeping up the pressure, and now, oh, that is
going to be a hit from behind.
Penalty.
Again, I'm not sure if it's going to be 4 or just 2, and if it is 4, that'll put White Plains on the power play pretty much for the rest of the game. And
that's 4, and that is a costly penalty right there.
Yeah, so with 4:08 to go, Mamaroneck is going to be shorthanded for 4 minutes. And we've seen the power plays for both teams pretty much do nothing all game long. And White Plains with what will be the biggest opportunity of the game for them to tie it up, or at least cut the lead in half. But they will have the power play even if they do score in the first half of this double minor.
Well, growing up, one of the quotes that I always heard from playing hockey was 2-goal leads are the hardest lead to defend in hockey. You get 1 goal from the opposing team, they have all the momentum. Most of the time you see overtime. Shot in the back door, close.
And remember, you heard from our big boss man, Rob, that if White Plains gets 1, they'll probably get 2.
A chance in the high slot, just wide. And we will definitely get to see Tom Spiro, sophomore goaltender for Mamaroneck, on display in a huge 3.5 minutes here, as Mamaroneck's got to kill off this penalty.
Yeah, I think the game plan for White Plains has to be shoot the puck. Wherever you are, you need to get a shot on net. You need to get bodies in the blue paint, force the rebounds, and try and jar something in.
Well, they've had a lot of the same players on the ice, too. Here's Mancini. We've heard his number called a lot today.
If not for just penalties.
Oh, that too. He was going to the younger of the 2 carriers. That's freshman James Carrier, who lost it.
Nice quick up there by Stangerone, trying to catch Mamaroneck in a change.
Well, Mamaroneck, a good start to this penalty kill, not giving an inch, and that one's going to be offsides.
Yeah, it's a good call at the line. Again, trouble entering the zone for White Plains. But again, once they do, they need to get shots on Spiro. Has not been tested that often, has been good when he has been, and it looks like White Plains calling a timeout.
Well, the after party may have started a little bit early here in Mamaroneck, because there is not much left of that home crowd, but with 3:01 to play, a pivotal...
You know what? Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them. Confident
their
in their
first
boys
weekend
to take home
here
the
in
win.
winter break at Mamaroneck. With 3:01 to play, though, White Plains takes their only time out of the game. We'll take a quick timeout, too. 2-0, Mamaroneck leads. 3:01 to play in the game, and man, is it a big one. White Plains on the power play for the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds, trailing by 2 goals.
Pretty much for the rest of the game. You know, if they score...
Yeah, very little time.
You know, they would still be hypothetically on the power play, depending on when they're able to bury it, if they're able to bury it. Just under 3 to go. You got to get shots to the net. And what do you think they talked about in that timeout? Well, just getting shots to the net, I can only assume.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Mamaroneck nearly twice as many shots as them. 35-19, they've outshot them. That shot on the ice was deflected high, though. White Plains, and that one's cleared all the way deep.
White Plains has been guilty plenty of times tonight of doing one too many things with the puck. Making one too many moves, one too many passes.
Well, this top line that's still out on the ice, they've been out there a long time, so you have to figure fatigue is also an issue. Mamaroneck deflects that puck up into their own home bench.
That'll keep the face-off inside the offensive zone for White Plains. And you have to assume that probably also went into the timeout from Rubenstein. The fatigue of his players who have been playing pretty much all game long.
Right, you might even say that it's a little bit of an early time for a timeout. As we see right here with 2:24 to go, the goalie is out. Yeah, so it's a 6-on-4 right now for White Plains. That is a gutsy move for White Plains.
Very Patrick Waugh-esque, pulling the goalie very, very early.
Right.
But hey, he won the Jack Adams last year, so you might as well.
There you go. The Tigers, though, they can ice the puck without consequence.
And they can ice the game if they bury it.
That's very true.
Sorry, I had to jump on that one.
That was good. Another tough bouncing puck. and it's covered up by Spiro. They've had a couple of those from that neutral zone.
They haven't had any clean entries on this power play. They've all been dump and chase. And even with an extra man, the dump and chase is not a bad play, but you've got to find a way to have a controlled zone entry and set something up.
Right, and you know, when they've set up, Spiro has really just been a brick wall back there. So they gotta find, something's gotta give here if White Plains is gonna want to get back into this game late.
Not too many quality chances for White Plains. Well, that one might go.
And that one's cleared out of the zone towards the net, and that goes in. How about one for Ryan LeBlanc? And why not? He's been the star of this Mamaroneck team today, and the Tigers all but ice it. 3-0 now.
Yeah, with the way he's been playing all game long, he pretty much deserved that one. LeBlanc out there, what is this, a 45-minute game? So he's been out there for 52 minutes, and he's been unbenchable. He's been unstoppable on the rink.
And that is a deserving empty net goal if you've ever seen one.
Without a doubt. LeBlanc has been spectacular. Won't be, in my book, the first star of the game, but would be, I believe, number 3, I think, if I'm actually voting. I don't know if we get a vote.
Well, it's another delayed penalty from Mamaroneck late. White Plains still has the empty net out there, as Coach Rubenstein has.
I'm not sure why they're not just giving the puck away here.
A shot in front, still loose. Spiro looks like he's covered. The puck is still loose, and now they'll whistle for the delayed penalty. 1:32 to play.
So I guess not quite over yet. We've seen stranger things happen. We have, for sure. But a 5-on-3 for 1:24.
Yeah, you get the defenseman Ben Shapiro on the trip right there.
It's going to be a 6-on-3.
It's going to be a 6-on-3. And for those who are new to the game of hockey, that is the biggest disadvantage that you can have for a defending team.
That is it.
It doesn't get much better than 6-on-3.
All you get. The only bigger disadvantage you can have is if I'm playing.
Oh, man. 1:32 to play. Shot is wide of the net. White Plains still trailing by 3.
You just got to shoot now.
Well, here is Conroy. The shot is wide, and it is crowded in front of that net for White Plains.
And you've got to hit the net. Anything that misses is almost as good as a Mamaroneck clear.
And it somehow gets to Ewald. Ewald can clear towards the net. It's just wide.
And Ewald again. Remember, he's got 2 on the day, down to 60 seconds.
Well, White Plains, maybe one of the last opportunities they might have dribbling it in is James Carrier. Carrier loses it, picks it back up behind the net.
That's another great defensive play there by LeBlanc. Just good hockey IQ, shutting off the play on the inside. And that's going to be a hold, I think.
Another delayed penalty. That one doesn't even matter at this point.
No, they'll call the hook. So 38 seconds to go.
I guess that just secures that last second.
Yeah,
we'll still be on the 5-on-3.
In case you need, the man advantage. It's still 3-0, and if they can get a quick one here, then maybe, just maybe.
Well, a fitting way to end the game with 3 guys in the box from Mamaroneck. Yeah. It really, the penalties have actually been pretty even in this game. But
which is pretty absurd considering how many there have been.
Shot from the point. There's another save by Tommy Spiro.
I mean,
and the shot totals are starting to get even here at the end of this third period.
I mean, right now, White Plains just letting them rip from wherever they are. Unfortunately, though, they keep hitting Spiro right in the middle of that Mamaroneck logo.
Well, 23 saves now for Spiro. LeBlanc sends this one out of the zone. The net is still empty. And White Plains is in no hurry with 25 seconds to play. Conroy with it. This looks to be like the last opportunity of the game for either team. Conroy dribbles it in. LeBlanc sends it deep. And it's just wide. Under 10 seconds to play now. Tillman with it. White Plains will try to set something up with 3 to play. Just a wild shot on net. Glove save for Spiro, and he's got the shutout.
Yeah, great game from Tom Spiro. Not tested very often. Solid when he had to be. Mamaroneck jumped on Stangarone early in the game. Counting in that rebound, got the insurance goal that never really played a role in the game. So Stangarone, though, puts on a goaltending clinic for White Plains. Unfortunately, the offense not quite there for them. Unable to get anything going. Mamaroneck comes
impressive shutout. 24 save shutout for Tom Spiro. You know, you got to give Stangerone a lot of credit. 32 saves out there in today's game. One of the goals that got away from him, an empty netter. Can't really fault him for that. Great goaltending. The only 2 goals actually coming with Stangerone on the ice, coming early in that first period. Give both goaltenders a lot of credit, give the defense a lot of credit. Mamaroneck comes away with a big victory. 3-0 is the final here from Onyx Ice Arena. We're back with the post-game show and interviews in just a few. Back here on the post-game show with Mamaroneck defenseman Ryan LeBlanc. Ryan, a great performance out there today. You got a goal on the empty netter before and a lot of opportunities there on that power play. You know, what did it take on those power plays to put one past Stangerone?
I don't know. I can't tell you. We didn't do it, so I don't know.
Well, in the beginning of the game, you know, you guys get off to a good start. You get off to a 2-0 lead, and then your defense really comes through for the rest of the game. What do you have to say about that defensive pressure?
I think Spiro played a huge part in the defense. I think he really carried us through, not letting in any goals.
And, you know, you guys actually, you had a lot of offensive opportunities out there. You got a lot of pressure on Stangerone. You know, what are you going to build off of this moving forward for the rest of the season?
I think we had a lot of shots on goal. I think we need to keep that up, and the high intensity in the first period. Scoring 2 goals. We haven't scored very much in the first period, so we're going to try to keep that up.
Well, congratulations on a big win, and good luck going forward for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Ken Reichman back here on the postgame show, joined by junior forward of Mamaroneck, Alex Ewald. And Alex, why don't you take us through those first 2 goals in the first period?
You know, it was huge. We knew we had to get off to a big start because Stangerone's a really good goalie. We've been struggling to score. Getting the first one in, it felt really good. It got our morale up. We were confident through the rest of the game. The second one was a lucky goal, bounced off the defenseman's skate, but whatever it takes to get it by him, and it was huge goals.
Yeah, it looked like you were maybe going for the centering pass there, but in the scorebook it goes down as a slap shot, right?
Yeah, it does. I think it hit off their defenseman's skate and just went through his legs. I mean, that's how you have to score on him.
And looking back, you talk a lot about Stangerone, but talking about Spiro, your own netminder, how big was he for you guys tonight?
He played great. He had one breakaway save where he absolutely robbed the kid. I mean, he's been playing like that all year. Our defense has played great, but he's really been the centerpiece behind our team.
And what do you have to do to carry over the positives from this win to next game?
Well, I think we just have to keep the intensity that we had at the beginning throughout the game and bring it to the next game because we were a little slow last time against Clarkstown, and we just have to bring this intensity to every game the rest of the season.
Back here with Coach Mike Schiaparelli, and Coach, a 3-0 victory over White Plains. You guys move ahead in the season to 6-2-1. So what happened in today's game? Your defense really came through. Your goaltender came through. A 23-save shutout. What do you got to say about Tom Spiro?
Well, he's had quite a year for us. It's 9 games, 13 goals for a sophomore. That's pretty impressive. And we've already played 5 upstate teams, so he's really faced a gauntlet of tough teams. That great save he made when we were down. We had a power play for 4 minutes, and they could have made it 2-1 right there. He made a great save. With the overtime shootout win, he stopped three breakaways in that game too, so he's really been solid for us.
And Coach, I got to ask, Stangerone with another fantastic performance, 32 saves in this game. What do you have to say just about that performance from that White Plains goaltender?
I was happy we got one. He's a great competitor. I played against him now for 6 years. He beat us 1-0 here last year. Tommy's one of his first start. And he's just a really good player, and we worked really hard to screen him so he may get a couple of goals, and it paid off.
Well, moving forward now, you know, you guys have a lot of league games coming up. What do you have to do to kind of prepare for those and move past this one?
Well, we have a couple of good days of practice coming up. Then we go upstate and play Kenmore East from Buffalo and Rome from Syracuse. And then we come back and play Scarsdale on Monday the 5th for the league championship. So it should be very interesting. They're hot as a fire stick. They've been kicking everybody's butt. But that's a nice challenge for us. We look forward to the opportunity.
Back here on the post-game show, wrapping up a 3-0 Mamaroneck Tigers victory over the White Plains Tigers. And Ken, what else do we have to say except phenomenal play on both ends by the goaltenders?
Yeah, and you can't say enough about Stangerone, the way he got out there and battled for the White Plains Tigers. But on the other end, Spiro, he did everything he was asked to do. You know, he wasn't challenged overwhelmingly, but when he was on his game and he was ready to go.
Stangerone, you know, just a seasoned veteran at this point, a 6-year starter on White Plains. This finally his senior season.
Yeah, and you can, you know, only hope that, you know, White Plains is able to put it together for him. Because somebody who's been there for 6 years put his heart and soul into that net, and he's played phenomenally, and you saw his play tonight and just how good he can be. So hopefully they can get it together for them and make a run.
And Ken, you know, there was a lot of fire on both ends of this game. You know, on White Plains' side, it got a little bit choppy towards that second period, and then Mamaroneck responded with a lot of penalties in that third period. What do you have to say about the discipline on both ends?
Well, what discipline? There was none. And I think the most staggering part about it was nobody scored a power play goal. And I don't know how many exactly penalties there were. There had to have been at least 10 for both sides, and a few 5-on-3s for both sides, and neither team able to put one in on the power play. So discipline-wise, it wasn't there. The power play was slacking by both sides, but the penalty kills, hey, they were pretty phenomenal, huh?
For sure. You know, stars of the game today, Alex Ewald, 2 goals and an assist. Ryan LeBlanc played a fantastic performance on defense, got the goal on the empty netter, a much-deserved goal like we were talking about. Both goalies, of course, great performances. Well, that's going to just about do it for us here at LMC TV. So many people to thank for today's broadcast. First, the executive director of LMC TV is Eric Lewis. The associate producer is Matt Sullivan. The community sports producer is Sir Rob Moretti. Cameraman for today's game, Matt Saporito. Seth Rothman, Rob Moretti. And for Ken Reichman, I am Sam Blunt. Thank you so much for joining us today.